Okay, got back off a job I was doing for a guy, bucking up a bunch of wood, bucked up about 3/4 wood. Had some chains here sharpened, just figured I'd let y'all see. I went back to grinding all my chains round ground. I was having too hard of a time getting good corners on my square chisel chain sharp or doing it by hand. I tried one just for a test, and it cut way better than my square chisel. It was just I couldn't get a good corner, and that's the most important thing on a square chisel chain. And with the grinder doing round ground, I could get it to cut quicker in the long run just because I could get a good corner. Plus, you can sharpen it in the field if you want. I am going to try to get a round ground grinder. I found one today, $500, a Symington. But I'm going to wait a little bit, save up some more money, and buy one, hopefully a used one, either a Sylvie or a Symington. It doesn't matter to me what kind. It can be the SDM4, Sure Sharp, Razor Sharp, whatever, swing arm. It can be whatever, just as long as it's doing square chisel chain. I'd like a swing arm is what I'd really like. I like those the best, but so we're grinding this. Got this one, and then I got one on the 455 here that we're gonna do real quick. I'll probably, I don't know, see how long it takes to do them, but just touching these up, not doing a hard grind, just touching them up. And get my wheel going here, get it lined up. Yep. Yep. Just get a nice new corner on it. This one wasn't rocked, but it was just getting dull. Time for a touch-up on it. You always want to make sure on any chain you want a good angle or a good what's it called, point on it. You want a nice point on it, or not a point. You want a nice corner on it. That's what I'm trying to say. You always want a nice corner. The better the corner, the better the channel cut. You always want the corner to be nice and straight and sharp. You know, you want it to be just a perfect corner on there. If not, if it's dinged or anything at all, it'll cut like crap. So always make sure you get your corners in square chisel or round ground chisel. Always make sure you get your corners nice and square. And you can't really do that very well with a file, so that one there has a little ding in it, and just want to make sure they're all nice and pointy, and you know, if they got a ding in it, don't take it down, you know, way the heck down there, because then you'll be wasting. You have different size different cutter lengths, and then you'll want to cut crooked. So you just want to, you know, be selective of how much you take off. Yeah, don't be grinding a whole bunch. I'll take a little bit more off this side, just because it's the corners are all dinged a little bit on this side here. So we'll just touch them up, and it'll cut better in factory. I know I had a brand new chain I put on my 455 today. Got a brand new factory round silver chain, or just round ground standard chain. Brand new right out of the box. And then I had one that had 2 sharpenings on it. And the one that had 2 sharpenings cut way quicker than the one straight from the factory. I can get them way sharper than what the factory can. So after a while you get into a groove and you get good at it. And that was all of them. That was in 6 minutes, roughly. Probably more like 5 with me BSing. But yeah, that's all nice, perfect. Real nice corners on it. That chain will cut good. On the 455 here, I gotta take off real quick. This bench is all cluttered, so I'll just take it off on the ground. But yeah, I got done doing a job for a fella. Had about a bunch of big, nice fur. Shoot, probably some of it was about 30-inch fur. Real nice and big, straight grain. Had been sitting. It was seasoned, but I got done doing that. Ran, let's see, and 3.5 tanks through the 372 and 3 through the 455. And the 372, I'll tell you all, I'll make a video of it at some point, but it's not, I know we just did the rebuild on it, but it's a little bit different, or actually quite a bit different than when it was done before. So I'll get a video of what I've done to it. I use a marker on mine, mark my teeth. This one doesn't even have a skip in it. Anyway, this is a Woodland Pro. This is a 30 RC here, 3/8 50 gauge. This is the brand new chain. This will be the first grind on it. Just real light grind on it. Touching it, haven't touched the rakers. Probably could take the rakers down a little bit if I wanted, but I won't. Slack this back off. Run her ahead until she touches. Right there. Nice corner. Pick our wheel back up. Let it back down until she touches, so I don't grind in the tie strap. And see how she looks. Perfect corner. This is a full comp chain, so it'll take a little bit longer to do than that 32 I was just doing. That was a 3/8 pitch 63 gauge 32 105 driver. This is a 68 driver chain, but way more teeth. I don't know if it's more teeth, but they're closer together. Seems like more teeth. This one here, I'm not really taking a lot off the top. I take a gullet. I like my gullets kind of deep on my chains. Not so much my, you can't really on your square ground. On my round ground, I like my gullets deep. I don't like them real blunt. Some people say they cut better blunt. I've always found you can get a lot sharper corner with having your gullet be a little bit deeper. Down there, I had a messed up top angle. I touched this chain up once with a file real quick. And tell you what, you can't compare filing it. I know I went and, it was factory and it cut good. And then, it kind of got dull, so I filed it. It doesn't compare even to factory, so. But you get good at doing them after a while. I've been doing chains, like I said, I think I've been doing chains for 6 years now. No, 5 years. I do either 3 to 4 chains a night for right at 2 years for my dad and his crew back in Virginia. And so I got good and I hand filed for about the first 6 months and got really good at hand filing. And I got tired of my angles, well, not even my angles being off, but I got so tired of just hand filing, so I went to Tractor Supply back there and bought a jig, just an Oregon filing jig. And I filed that way for the next year and a half until I moved back here, doing it that way, 3 to 4 chains a night. They were all 3/8 pitch, 50 gauge, 72 driver, so a 20-inch chain. It was skip tooth too, which it shouldn't have been. It should have been full conch, but it did a good job. It taught me to be a good filer. I can file a lot better than most people I've been around. Round ground, I should say, not square ground. There are people that can square ground. They can square file a lot better than I can. And there's that one. I like to check my corners when I'm done. Check a couple teeth down. Oh yeah, she's sharp. So yeah, I mean that's right at 13 minutes total. So we'll say we'll take 2 minutes off for me BSing and changing stuff over. So actual grind time would be right at 11 minutes. So that's not bad for 2 chains, and that's not me going at peak performance. I can go a lot faster, but that's why I do it. So yeah, I'm starting to run. I've still got one square ground chisel chain I'm going to keep, and I think I'm just going to keep filing it. I'll file that one, but the rest I'm just going to run round ground. And then I'm hoping by the end of this year to get a square chisel grinder, and then I'll just do all my 3/8 pitch. I'll do square chisel, and then I'd like to really experiment with seeing if you can do 325 pitch square ground. I might grind a chain of that and see if it will cut even, if it cuts quicker. But no, for sure I'll do all my 3/8 pitch stuff square ground, and I'd like to have it then maybe where I do some advertising for other chains, do square ground because you can do timber cutters and everything else, professionals, and then do round ground too, because you got to grind out the gullet on square ground after a while, and this grinder here does a good job, and then plus you can do round ground on top of that for homeowners and ranchers and everything. So, but that's how I do it, and thanks for watching.